So my first video about male loneliness was really when I just had heard about it. And then I realized that in the comments, it was being argued that it even was a real epidemic, you know, but on another hand, I also had a comment of a young man that didn't want to be here anymore. And so I decided to go underneath one of the videos and ask this question: do you think the male loneliness epidemic is getting better or worse in 2026? And what is the biggest cause? Guy who films things said it's getting worse in 2026. And he said the cause is women. Yes. I'm not surprised that's the case, honestly, like, especially after watching the first one, you know, of why that is. We've created this mess, you know. Jonathan Wilson said it's getting worse and it will continue to get worse until it's acknowledged by the mainstream media and initiatives put it in place to fix it. This is a global problem, a pandemic. Yeah. And what is so wild is that what it's going to take is ladies like owning up to where their faults are. Like, because if not, men are going to do the sweeter, more benevolent thing and choose to just let y'all do it. Like, do what y'all do. Okay. Like, cause I'm danged if I do, I'm danged if I don't, you know? And it's that's the only way that we can start turning things over. You know, it's one of the main things that I try to do here by explaining my mess so that more women are comfortable of being like, dang, I have some mess too, you know? But this young lady, as I was looking up some videos to go over this with you guys, I came across her and she seemed pretty popular. And so I kind of want to see what she has to say. If y'all want to look at this with me, let's go.
I regret to inform you, the men are not okay. That's right, folks, the men are not okay. The men have no friends, no girlfriend, no college education, no money, are breaking their legs and inserting metal rods into their bones to be a few inches taller, and listening to AI Batman help them overcome their pornography addictions.
You deserve real love.
Turns out the society that was built by and allegedly for men has indeed let them down. Now you might be thinking, oh look, another boo-hoo poor men video by Shoe on Head. Yes. And if you have a problem with that, tune into literally anything else. Men are in a crisis, and it seems nobody really cares. And the people who do care just seem like the people who want to sell them shit. Not me. I'm different. So before we get into this, let's quickly get into today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Holzkern. Holzkern is a young Austrian company that designs unique crafted
and really
watches
did go into an ad. Oof, that's crazy. Dang. Yeah, that
jewelry.
Doesn't seem like you really
and
care.
Choose your own unique piece of nature. Thank you, Holzkern, for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, as always, for not skipping the ad.
Why are men and boys
hate
struggling?
or nothing.
And what should we do about it?
A few new studies have come out that have shown that young men are more lonely and single than ever before. But it's not just men. The women and children, too. It's predicted 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030. But according to the media, this is a good thing. The she-economy is booming, as they say. And meanwhile, men being single is treated like this.
New study explains why some single men are having a hard time finding a new partner.
Some of the music that they listen to speaks very derogatory.
Right. Yeah, man, stop listening to that derogatory music. Then maybe you won't be single. I don't know, I think men and women being single and...
I know we ain't talking. With some wops and some let it flops and slippity slurpity, all that. Nope. Not okay. No. I know we ain't. Megan Thee Stallion. No way. I know we are not talking. Absolutely not. That's crazy. No. Nope. That is not okay.
Kind of shows there might be something wrong with society. Perhaps we should address this, not just wave it off as empowering or pathetic. According to several different articles, I love how that's my source, I read about it on the internet, research shows that people from individualist countries show a greater sense of loneliness. This is linked to socioeconomic development, increased education, a shift towards white-collar jobs, and urbanization. Japan also has an issue with loneliness. In fact, they have a whole movement of people they call the hikikomori. Did I say that right? I don't care. Basically, postmodern hermits. Mostly young men who completely withdraw from society, secluding themselves in their rooms for months and years at a time. In 2010, there was an estimated 700,000 hikikomori in Japan. And today, it's estimated to be about 1.55 million. And because of things like this, people aren't having babies, so Japan's population has been in a sharp decline since 2011. It's gotten so bad that Japan even produces videos of live-action women staring into the camera to help the hikikomori learn to cope with eye contact and reintegrate them back into society. So basically, if you want to know America's future, look no further than Japan.
I'm done. Dumb. I don't. Okay. So they're trying to what? Why? What's the staring thing? Who stares into the camera?
You see the woman staring? Yeah, she stares, and they stare on the other side of the screen, so that they can now deal with doing that in life, like because they have been hermits. They're hermits.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wow, that's wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow, I can't. That's so baffling that that's reality. Like that's a real thing. Like, but we've created a world where no matter what you do, you're wrong. Like,
guys, don't you just love mansplaining?
That's so crazy. Yeah, that's so crazy though. But like, no matter what you do, like you're danged if you do, you're danged if you don't. Like, so if you are the guy that's like, yeah, well, screw you, what you think, and I'm gonna do what I want, you're wrong. If you are the guy that's sweet and is like, well, anything you'd like, okay, I'll do for you, you're wrong there too. So young men, yeah, they're confused. And especially with social media, because it's pushed in front of your eyes constantly, 24 hours a day. Like, yeah, that is so wild. But look, I want to say, like, just really quick, because my heart is on it. But dude, like, that's why God is so important. Like, because he's going to tell you who you are and whose you are. You know, like, it's not, yeah, you're not, you do have a purpose, and you are put here for a reason, you know, like there is purpose for you. But try to get to know who Jesus is for real, because he will show you whose you are, and that you are put here for a reason. Seriously, you know? But yeah, let's get back into it.
A lot of people, including myself, blame this partially on the rise of social media and technology. RIP to the king. Although technology makes things easier, it can also make us more atomized. Why go to the mall when I can just tap, buy a new microphone, and have it shipped to me in a day? Why hang out with friends when I can get all my social interaction I need from Twitter and streamers? Why go on dates and bother meeting women when I can just tap, Google big boob and get 2 million results? Or see my high school crush's holes on OnlyFans for only $5. Instant dopamine, instant satisfaction, and hey, who even needs a real woman when you could just have an AI girlfriend? We're f***ed. We're so f***ed. Dating apps really are the great Satan, and I'm convinced they've completely broken men's brains. Women on dating apps are picky. Women in general are picky, and I mean, naturally we are pickier. You know, we're the ones who carry the babies. At least for now. But on dating apps, you have to admit, it's a little insane. It's safe to say that the commodification of love and the window shopping of dating apps probably has to do a lot with the rise of lonely single men. Men are not just lonely when it comes—
No, that has to do with ladies lying and saying that you, regardless of what you look like and what you do, you're amazing. And no, like, that's not true. Actually, what we need to be telling each other is that, okay, you can be the hottest chick that you can be. Like, all right, But what actually matters is what's inside of you. Like what do you have any humility and honor about you and loyalty and those inner things? Because guess what? We're all gonna get old. We're all gonna be wrinkled up, and that's just what it is. That's life. So you can only be that for a limited amount of time. And then after that, what are you gonna do? Like but we're not told that. We're not pushed. We're not even aware of it, because then next thing you know, we look down, we look up at the mirror, and we're like, oh snap, I got wrinkles now. Oh wow, and then it'll be too late. Yeah, maybe the men are on the lonely side right now, but you definitely are going to be on the lonely side. You really will. And the ones that are already lonely, they're lying if they're saying that they're not. That's just what we do. We lie about it because we're telling them that, girl, yeah, it's okay. That's great. But not me, though. I don't want that to happen to me, though. If that was me, I would hate that. I would hate that. Why don't we tell each other that stuff? Let's tell each other that would suck really bad, and that I actually do have an internal clock around 25 years old that I start panicking. Oh, snap, I ain't married. Oh, snap, I don't have kids. That's really what does happen inside. And I know that because I did that. I started panicking like, wait a minute, pandemic, I don't have anybody here to take care of me. Oh, crap. Like, I have to go out here and fend for if a guy comes over here and tries to steal some food, what the flip am I going to do? My girl dog is going to attack? No. Like, what? I had to wake up and I had to realize it, and gentlemen, I want to know, because it seems like she's very informational and that this is real and things like that. But genuinely, like, hearing the numbers in Japan, I'm like, are we creeping up on those numbers, gentlemen? Like, let me know. Like, and the ones who don't think that it exists, is that more because you've worked through it yourself? Like, where you're like, well, like, you have a different view on it? Like, so let me know in the comments what that is. If you just worked through it, and then, I'm just curious how that works for you guys.
To dating, they're lonely when it comes to friendship too. According to Vox, Americans are currently in a friendship recession, and men are being hit the hardest. The percentage of men who reported having at least 6 close friendships fell in half since the 90s. 1 in 5 men say they have no close friendships. Looking at all these statistics, the explosion of figures like Andrew Tate is not surprising at all.
I believe being a man is a blessing because it starts so difficult. I believe that every man is born without any value at all. I think that the world's never going to think you're important unless you make yourself important.
And recently, a new study came out about how young men are moving towards the right. And every other month, we, the liberal, sockdom, leftist, whatever you want to call the space online, performs the same song and dance. What's wrong with men? Why is this happening? Why don't we have a leftist Andrew Tate? We need to push men to the left. Andrew Tate rarely, if ever, talks about politics. Andrew Tate talks about men, and the left only talks about men when they talk about Andrew Tate. A few months ago, during one of the monthly song and dances, some progressive people I follow made the mistake of addressing men's issues, and the even bigger mistake of pointing their finger at their own spaces for not doing enough to address said men's issues.
Recently, there were some statistics by healthcare companies.
Yeah. Thank you. He's like, when my head cocks to the side like a dog, then I don't know. Okay. The reason young men flock to alt-right MRA movements is because the left gives brain-dead advice to young men. We need to be more compassionate to them for our own sake. Yes, we do need to be more compassionate to them. But I don't get this part up here. What is it saying, babe? Sorry.
The reason young men flock to the right is because left gives brain dead advice to young men. We need to be more compassionate to them for our own sake.
So this is a leftist guy saying this.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, he's not wrong though. And like, I think that a huge part of why men would, because thinking of it logically is that, well, at least on the right, I'm being told the truth of that. Look, I have to work for my value. That y'all know the truth. Y'all are very good at sniffing out what the truth is and what isn't. Like, y'all naturally have that better, and that's why y'all are the leaders. So you're like, okay, what they're saying over here though, that seems about right. And so yeah, a lot of men are gonna go that way because it's the truth, you know. Like, y'all know those things. Y'all have that sense, and that's placed there out of being providers and leaders to know those things, to sniff that out, you know.
To address said men's issues.
Recently, there were some statistics by healthcare company Cigna indicating that men are the loneliest generation. And addressing it doesn't mean that you turn your back on issues pertaining to women, but it does mean that we should be focused on what it is in society that is leading to this epidemic, what the left can do to offer solutions, and how we can basically fight back against the more nefarious figures who have filled the void that men are struggling with, people like Jordan Peterson and what have you. Now, recently, Vosh, who's a popular streamer, had tweeted this thread that I think is really, really important to address. He writes, "I cannot stress enough how important it is to understand that 12-year-old white boys on Twitch are not being pulled into fascism because of some Machiavellian desire to preserve and expand their privileges. It's because the right talks to them and the left doesn't."
The responses to these tweets and this content were very normal, level-headed, and respectful. Me when I lie. LMAO, cry about it. Boo f***ing who? Oh no, poor widow men having problems. Boo f***ing who? Grow the f*** up then. Have men considered being smarter? I'm enjoying all these sad little moids and their sad little tweets about their sad, pathetic
as we
lives.
burn the world
Sounds
to the
like
ground.
a personal problem. Is the lack of compassion for men in the room with us right now? Maybe men are just not good people then. I'm so fucking tired of people trying to make male loneliness a huge societal problem. Yeah.
Okay, for my 1% of ladies that are in here, we are below replacement. We're below replacement. So that means end of life forever if we don't fix that. For America, this is the best country in the entire world, and we're below replacement rate. Just so that you know that, because they're not pushing that out there. That's a big freaking deal. Because I couldn't believe it when I was told that. I could not believe that. Like, wait, what? So wait, we don't even have enough babies to replace the ones that are dying? That's crazy. Just so you know, because that is wild to me. That is not the first thing at the top of everyone's talk on anything.
It's at the top of men's, not the top of women's.
Right.
They do not.
Ladies, that's real. That is very real.
It is not their, to them, it is not their problem. Their existence on this planet is only their happiness. Like,
yeah.
I live a happiness, screw my kids that I have out of wedlock, screw everything else that has pertaining to anything else at all. Screw it.
Yeah.
It's about my happiness. It's not about the next generation. It's not about the human race. It's not about making decent children. That it's not about
somebody will do it.
Happiness.
Somebody will handle it. Somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's gonna do it right. And that's what we're gonna go off of. If somebody's got it, ladies, at some point we have to, this is actually a feminist movement. This is actually being feminine. Is okay. Let me understand my role and play my part in understanding that, oh, I too make mistakes. I too am a human that needs to correct something, because we all do. We all fall short. We all make mistakes and mess up, and we aren't told that enough as ladies. And then that's why we're miserable, because we understand deep down that we ain't nothing. We suck. That we make that, dang, I screwed that up, but cover it up with more things. That's what it is. Now, if you want that true peace and joy that you see in glimpses of people that you follow on Instagram, of couples that I want that. Well, guess what? You know how you get there? You work on things. You better yourself. You realize that, it isn't one-sided in a relationship ever. In order to make something, that's why it's called a relationship, because you on both sides, You do your part and work towards something to better it. Duty, yes, absolutely. And so I just, yeah, I know that feeling of being so caught up in your own brain and the chaos that's going on in there. The best way to calm that chaos is start recognizing where you played your part in it and the decisions and the choices that you made all along the way. That's where it begins. And then from every day from then on, just keep finding new ways to better yourself, and you'll start really, truly feeling better. And then I pray that that's how you find Jesus, because he's the truth. It's going to lead straight to him. But yeah, this is crazy. We're out here not having babies. We're out here not even, and then laughing at people that genuinely are miserable, but then thinking that we care about what others' rights are. No, you don't actually. You care about what's in it for you. And I did the same thing. I had to realize how selfish I was. That dude, oh wow, I was about all these movements because I wanted what I wanted out of it. Is that, oh, I don't get pointed the finger at myself, because that's what the part that we hate. We don't want it pointing at us. Oh, heck no. Anything that I can say or do to run away from that, that's the truth. That's what it is. But yeah, it really is super sad that this is our reality, y'all. This is what it is. And I'm just curious, like, fellas, let me know in the comments if at least, and even if it's only like one of y'all, is there at least one lady around you that has potential to learn this that you think? And then ladies, I want you to go look in the comments and see how they're all going to say no. Let's get into it. This is crazy, but God bless y'all. I'm going to end it here. Maybe I'll finish this video out at another time, but this was great. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.